Great support for what stands to be the ultimate and the greatest encounter of all times. Joining us courtside is former English Roses shooter, goal attack, somebody who has been part of a world-class commentary team, Pamela Cookie. Pam, how are you doing? And tell us exactly what the atmosphere must be like from where you're sitting.
Oh, well, it's loud and it's proud. Both teams coming up in this final as Australia get that first turnover off the England centre pass. They've been in 9 consecutive Netball World Cup finals. The last time they won it, 2015. This one they're gunning for, but England have had such a great run into this final. They're confident, they're sharp, and they're trying to get that one back now.
Yeah, and I mean, let's talk about that start, turnover against the Roses immediately. Does that kind of set the tone, Maddie, in terms of what we can anticipate?
Absolutely. It was that tight one-on-one defence from the Diamonds, really forcing the Roses to go back before they could penetrate forward. They struggled to get it over that transverse line, but I'm sure they'll start to rectify it now. Going backdoor on this centre pass, great option there by Malcolm. Housby's the one with the ball in hand. She's got to be creative. It's a good hold and a great feed by Allison.
As the Roses then also crack the scoreboard, sinking in their first goal. Can already sense a lot of patience in how they are approaching this final.
Seems like there's a lot of space in that attack end for the Diamonds. Yesterday, not a lot of room to move. So once again, a different opponent creates different challenges, but they look like they've got a fair bit of time and space down that attack end at the moment.
Steph Wood, who shone so well yesterday, a bit quiet, I thought, in that England game, but against Jamaica, boy, was she on it, being that playmaker.
Confidence by Metcalf to just release that ball from sideline to sideline. Be wary of Bruce, she'll be hunting for them a little bit later on.
Yeah, and ladies, I think while we are talking about some key playmakers, Pamela, I mean, where would you envisage some of the key matchups to be in this final?
Well, definitely, Simi, Steph Wood against Layla Guskov, that goal attack, goal defence positioning, that's going to be really crucial in how they punch through. And then for me, down the other end, Bruce versus Cardwell. How that hold in there from Eleanor Cardwell and that flying, wanting to get intercepts from Bruce.
Solid shot there by Steph Wood. No attempts yet for Helen Housby, but it still is very early in the game. Sure, she'll be wanting to settle, get that one first goal underway, settle the nerves.
Yeah, it's important to crack that scoreboard and get that confidence, share that responsibility, just to allow the nerves to settle in as quickly as you can. But really, this is a good patience that we are witnessing from the Roses. And there goes that first shot by Helen Housby.
And that was her just delaying that play, staying out wide, and then that nice rotation round the front into the circle. And we know she's such a high percentage shooter.
So 4-3 is where things stand. Only 3.5 minutes of action that we've witnessed so far in this final.
The split circle of the Roses. Just enough on that feed from Watson to Conan. But that split circle, they're sitting in front. They're really forcing the Diamonds to have to go back out, go working in a different avenue. No easy options at this point in the game.
Oh, look at Housby having to play back to Guskov, looking for support. And a lovely pop over from Metcalf into Cardwell. That's how they need to continue, chipping away patiently.
Yeah, Simi, that pass went straight into Eleanor Cardwell, but deemed not to have been set. You have to set the penalty after the whistle went, so that's why it went back. But business continues, and Eleanor Cardwell slots and asks the crowd for more.
Yeah, we know that too well. That is her signature. I think a celebratory move, always relying on the crowd, to propel her to continue in this game. And that's something that we've enjoyed thoroughly from Eleanor Cardwell.
Diamonds use Ash Brazel a lot off the centre pass in that backdoor movement, and then Conan coming up through that centre. So they're really starting to find their groove here, Australia. Lots of pressure on that centre pass.
Oh, look at that. Superb piece of play from England in response to what we saw from the Diamonds.
That confidence to give the long ball deep into Imogen Allison, and then Eleanor Cardwell all by herself.
And 2 thumbs up. She was happy with that one. See both goalers out of the circle there with the Diamonds. And that little bit of a positional swap is catching the Roses defenders off guard, and making that positional swap is getting Conan on Gusketh, which is allowing that nice easy feed in.
Oh, that's a good option there for Allison. Plays back in response to the Diamonds' defensive force that is being set up.
Allison, she's been impressive for me over this tournament. She sits second, obviously, for game balls and intercepts for the Roses, and she's a mid-court. So not only can she be great in attack, but she gets a lot of defensive turnover as well for her side.
Yeah, a pretty quiet Super League season for Imogen Allison, but I've been so impressed with her in this Netball World Cup. As you say, Maddie, her stats on defence, but that freedom into the shooters as well, driving through court, has taken her game to another level.
Once again, that mismatch on Gusketh, on Conan. England are going to have to watch that, because the Diamonds attack are doing well in rotating, making sure that high ball can be elevated straight away.
And I mean, ideally, what do, you know, when you've got 2 very athletic and mobile shooters that are constantly on the move? Do you pick up the closest one, or do you kind of stick to your own?
Well, it's interesting. You see, obviously, that double defence. Jo Weston hands over, but then comes back. Oh, just stood out of court there. Cardwell hoping she was probably a size 9, not a size 10 shoe there.
And I mean, there's absolutely no room for error at this point. It's crunch time. So they're going to have to tread cautiously. There's that retake where she slightly stepped off court.
I think it was the release. I think she didn't release it in time, that left foot just stepping out of court. Transition time here for the Diamonds. They've been good on their conversion game ball, the Diamonds, sitting up around that 80%.
And there's Steve Wood back in the mix. Dominant in the shooting circle. Oh my goodness, quick releases to Conan. What a superb piece of play.
Oh, so great. The way that they're working themselves around the English unit defence, and then just to have that quick release, as you say, straight under the post. They're taking away the advantage of the arm span and the space that the England defenders can cover.
Yes, Pam, they know each other so well, having played together at Lightning in SSN. But that connection between Watson and her goalers at the moment, it's on today. They look fire, the Diamonds.
Well, the Diamonds then get into the double digits, up by 4. The Roses don't want to trail by a massive margin. It's going to become difficult to try and claw the way back in, so they've got to keep it within reach.
And we've spoken about in these tight contests from the semi-finals and even the bronze medal match, it's the team that can own the critical moments. When there's a moment that needs to be won, you've got to secure that ball and put that pressure on the scoreboard. Diamonds doing so well in keeping that possession every time they've got it. England really need to respond.
Got to tell you this, Cardwell is really under the whip there, having to try and break herself free from Jo Weston. She's calm, she's collected, she's doing her own. I mean, just holding her own in that shooting circle, but she's got to do more and really not crumble under the pressure.
You can just see how the Roses, the defensive end, are setting up for those wide balls, but they've just got their timing out at the moment. Jiva Mentor almost got a tip on that one, but finally they get a turnover.
And it's a turnover that they desperately need to continue chipping away and looking to reduce this margin.
We saw this the other day, though. One team seemed to have momentum and looking to be able to push ahead. Oh, that one just snuck in there. But both teams can claw a deficit back.
Oh, that's good defensive pressure from the Diamonds, congesting the channel on the far left-hand side of the court.
And already a change here for the Rosens. We see Fran Williams come on to goal defence. Guthkus go to the bench. She's been their ball winner at times, Pam. Do you think this is just to get an injection in because they need to get some game ball to get some conversion as well?
Yeah, I think Fran Williams is injected really nicely into games when she's come up. We saw it in yesterday's game. She got that match-winning interception. But I do believe, Maddie, yep, just to mix it up, just to give Steph Wood something else to think about. Fran Williams will be more tight on that body. She'll come off and come on. Layla a bit more of that floater that will go for those flies. So, again, getting into the minds of these Aussies shooters early on.
Yeah, she definitely is a game changer. So it's going to be interesting to see then how she settles in.
Steph Wood, though, she's had 4 shots, sitting at 75. She's only missed the 1, but for me, it's the work she does out the front as well. She's such a second or third attacker, creating play. She's a bit of a general.
Yeah, it's quite interesting you mentioned that, because we did have a look at the stats from all the other attacking perspectives in terms of coming out for the centre passes in that second phase, as well as assist her, I suppose. And she has just been phenomenal, Steph Wood. So she's really like a complete package that one admires in a goal attack.
The complete package for the Roses is that woman that just shot that goal, Helen Housby. She's also the creative player for England. It's time for her to maybe get some tips. There are only just a couple of out of it, but it just seems like the Diamonds really have the momentum here.
They're currently enjoying a 3-goal lead, just 4 minutes to the end of the first quarter.
And there's that turnover, you say, but it started from that through-court pressure, starting from Helen Housby way up high, and then that momentum slowly building, and then for the defender to get a turnover.
Yeah, and how brilliant was Housby with that last piece of play, blocking Weston and leaving Cardwell on her own. So that was really exceptionally executed.
Just a miscommunication between Wood and Conan. The ball just gets a little bit loose. England Roses making them pay on that transition. Body's starting to hit the ground here. We haven't even hit the quarter time break, but there's some smiles.
Yeah, listen, it's quite intense out there. Lots at stake. Diamonds looking to secure and finish what they call unfinished business with a gold medal. But the Roses as well motivated, by another record-breaking moment if they do walk away with the result. So a lot at stake in this final.
Fran Williams coming on straight away, making those goalers, making Wood and Conan work that little bit. Oh, here she goes again! The roll-off! The mentor roll-off done by Williams.
Oh, we spoke about her, just blown away, but her contribution and how quickly she gets into the thick of things. But unfortunately, that last one slightly overcooked.
See Helen Housby saying, calm down, guys. We've got the ball. We need to just secure it. When we get it, be calm. Have forward options. See her signalling with her hands. That's all right. We've got this.
And it's a long way to go in this game. 60 minutes of play. Just coming up to the end of the first quarter, but that's it, Maddie. It's just settling when you get ball in hand, because you know your teammates are there. You know that someone's going to pop free. Don't let that blood rush to your head.
Oh, there's Steph Wood getting in the mix of things. Very creative. And a lovely finish then for the Diamonds. 12 goals versus 10 of England. And Pamela, looking at the Roses to start, how well, would you benchmark them in terms of their aspirations? Having been there yourself and knowing exactly what the standard, what the blueprint is for the Roses side.
Oh, well, this team have just done such a fabulous job. Imogen Allison right there to be backing up to take that ball. They've already made history coming into this final, but I know that they are looking for more and they are going for this gold medal. The way that they weathered that storm where Australia took kind of the lead earlier on, but they didn't let that phase them. They kept to those structures. That impact change from Fran Williams coming on at goal defence. They've been doing it all tournament, and so they're used to different players coming on at different times, doing the same job that's needed.
That feed looking a little bit hard to get in. Bruce getting the tip over the top. Weston, there's another tip. The Diamonds defenders looks like they're close to getting a turnover here. Roses trying every bit of using the ball to try and find the correct path to post.
Yeah, they just keep turning up that heat in that defensive circle. It's a great partnership and understanding between Bruce and Western. But this time around, the Roses equalize 12 goals apiece, and they've got the centre pass. And here's an opportunity for them to take the lead. Just 45 seconds remaining to the end of the quarter.
Jo Weston coming through. She'd been wearing Housby for a while, just waiting for that moment. Housby just stopping her footwork. Weston coming through with the tip and the pick up. Steph Wood converts. That's the Diamonds' way.
Oh, too good are the Diamond defenders. Just continuously turning the pressure up, and unfortunately an error of judgment there. Forgot that Courtney Bruce can't get over the transverse line, and the Roses capitalizing on that.
And they score. We are level. How's the pressure by Helen Housby?